Force is strong with the future of Star Wars. While the franchise has had its ups and downs, recent announcements prove that Lucasfilm isn't slowing down anytime soon. Or recent rumors, however you want to look at it. Y'all should know by now that I don't really report on news or rumors. But I'm here today to change it up just a bit and give some opinions on these little tidbits. Some of the more outlandish ones, I don't know if they'll happen, probably not. But it's fun to talk about them anyway. Today we're diving into all the major Star Wars updates, including Daisy Ridley's return as Rey Skywalker. Like it or not, that's what they're calling her. A potential role for Ryan Gosling, an unexpected comeback from Jabba the Hutt's son, and even a rumored casting of Zendaya, or however you pronounce her name. But I highly doubt that one is true. Plus, we'll discuss how Star Wars theme parks are changing and what's next for the animated anthology series Star Wars Visions. Buckle up. There's a lot to cover. If you're new here, get down with the subscribe button and show it that you can only press buttons. Only you can press buttons. Turn on notifications by ringing the bell, like the song from the 70s, and consider supporting the channel as a member where you will get exclusive content only available to those who join. If not, just subscribe. It's free, and you won't smell like dirty socks or nothing when you're done. All right, so Daisy Ridley's Rey Skywalker movie delayed. But why? Let's start with Daisy Ridley. The actress best known for playing Rey in the sequel trilogy recently spoke about the delays surrounding the upcoming Rey Skywalker film, originally announced as part of a new era in Star Wars storytelling. The movie has faced setbacks as Lucasfilm and its creative team work to refine the script. Daisy Ridley assured fans that they're taking the time to get it right because, let's be honest, after what fans see as the sequel trilogy, there's a lot of pressure to deliver a satisfying continuation. The film, directed by Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy, I hope I said that right. I'm not trying to butcher her name on purpose. And now rewritten by George Nolfi, is set to take place years after Episode 9, where Rey is now a Jedi Master leading a new order. Sounds familiar, huh? A lot like the old Expanded Universe books. Anyways, the delay suggests Lucasfilm wants to avoid past mistakes and create something truly meaningful. The question is, what does a Jedi Order led by Rey look like? And will this movie finally answer some lingering questions about the sequel era? Such as, can we have some more Finn, please? And give the man a lightsaber for the sake of all things holy and unholy? Jeez, oh Pete, just get it done. All right, so the next rumor. And please take this with not even a grain of salt. Take that grain of salt and hit it with a hammer and take this with it. Ryan Gosling in Star Wars. What do we know so far? Now, here's an unexpected one. Ryan Gosling might be joining the Star Wars universe. The Blade Runner 2049 and La La Land and, that's right, Goosebumps star is reportedly in talks for a role in Star Wars movies directed by Sean Levy. Or Levy. Man, I'm really bad at pronouncing stuff, so please bear with me. If that name sounds familiar, it's because Levy is behind Deadpool 3 and Stranger Things. So what kind of character could Gosling play? I don't know, a new rogue smuggler, high-ranking Imperial officer, mysterious Sith. Lucasfilm is keeping quiet, but one thing is clear. If this casting actually happens, it's a big deal. A-list actors joining the franchise is nothing new, but Gosling's specific role could determine if this is just another side project or the start of something major. Could this be another Rogue One style film, or is Lucasfilm setting up a major villain for future movies? Personally, I liked it better when Star Wars was made up of no-name actors and up-and-comers. It was either a springboard for careers or a death sentence for those looking to be the next thespian of the year. But now, everyone wants to be in a Star Wars movie. But why? They just get dogged for reading lines they're paid to read. I wouldn't want to do it. That's just me. Maybe it looks good on a resume or something. Okay, I sound a bit negative, and I really don't mean to. You guys know me, I'm not a negative person. I wish anyone in Star Wars, production, acting, directing, whatever, the best of luck, especially with this franchise. All right, on to the return of Jabba the Hutt's son. And this is a surprise? I don't know. I mean, it's one of Dave Filoni's creations, so why not? Remember Rada the Hutt, Jabba's son, introduced in the Clone Wars, is making a comeback in The Mandalorian and Grogu, the up-and-coming Star Wars movie set to release in 2026. According to reports. But this isn't the same helpless Huttlet Anakin Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano once rescued. According to leaks, Rata has grown into a powerful gladiator, portrayed by Alan White. This suggests a major shift in Hutt politics. Since Jabba's death and Return of the Jedi, the criminal underworld has been in turmoil, with factions like the Pike Syndicate and Crimson Dawn fighting for power. The introduction of Rata could mean the Hutts are looking to reclaim their dominance, or they've been taken in as slaves themselves. It's my thought. The real question is, will Rata be an ally to Din Djarin and Grogu, or a major threat? And could we see the return of more Hutt crime lords like the fan favorite Durga the Hutt from Legends? Or possibly even the twins from the Book of Boba Fett? Maybe. All right, so on to the next little bit of news. Disney's big change to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. For Star Wars fans visiting Disneyland or Disney World, this next update is game-changing. And I wish they'd have done this when I went there a few years ago. Disney has officially abandoned the timeline restrictions at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which means characters from any Star Wars era can now appear in the parks. Previously, Galaxy's Edge was set during the sequel trilogy, meaning guests could see Rey, Kylo Ren, and the First Order, but not Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, or the Mandalorian. Now the restriction is gone. Imagine walking through Batuu and seeing Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker, or even Thrawn. I'd love to see Thrawn. That'd be so cool. This move opens the door for a more immersive experience, finally allowing fans to engage with the full breadth of Star Wars history. Some might say this decision was overdue. Some like me. Of course I say it's overdue. But it's clear that Disney is listening to fan feedback and adapting. Sometimes. So to me, this is a really good move on the part of Disney and Lucasfilm, because when I went to Galaxy's Edge in, I think it was 2021 or 2022, I wanted to see Boba Fett. Well, that was right when COVID was starting to end, and I didn't really see anybody other than people behind barriers. So that kind of disappointed me, but it was still a fun experience anyway. If you haven't been to Galaxy's Edge, go check it out anyway. If you can afford it. God, it wasn't cheap. But check it out. It's a really good time. Even if you don't like the sequel trilogy stuff, it's still a good time. You're still immersed. All right, on to the next little tidbit. Star Wars Visions renewed for Season 3. Animation news. Star Wars Visions is officially getting a third season in 2025. This anthology series, which features unique takes on the Star Wars galaxy from different animation studios around the world, has been a huge success. Each season brings fresh ideas and artistic styles and that break away from traditional Star Wars storytelling, with studios from Japan, India, Spain, and France contributing. Visions is a reminder that Star Wars is more than just live-action films and animation. A universal mythology that resonates with different cultures in different ways. The upcoming season is expected to push boundaries even further, and if the past two seasons are any indication, we're in for some visually stunning and emotionally impactful stories. Now, I'm not going to say that I loved Visions, because I didn't. There were a few episodes that I thought were really cool. There were some that I thought were kind of, I don't know, childish and wonky, but that's just me. There are a lot of people who loved the show, and I'm so happy for that. I'm so happy you guys liked it, because I just haven't been into anime all that much. So maybe I'll give it another try, taste change. All right, so the next little bit, and this is a funny one. Zendaya, or however you say her name, is in Star Wars, the latest casting rumor. And now for the biggest rumor, Zendaya might be joining Star Wars. According to reports, Lucasfilm is eyeing her for a major role, though details are scarce. With her success in Dune, Spider-Man, and Euphoria, Zendaya would bring star power and depth to any character she plays, but who could she be? A rogue Jedi, a Sith apprentice, a Mandalorian warrior? If this happens, it'll be a huge deal. Lucasfilm seems to be shifting its focus toward younger, high-profile actors, which could be a sign they're investing in a new era of storytelling beyond the Skywalker saga. And that's something I want. Let's get away from Skywalker, at least for a little while. I mean, you can go back to him later, but man, let's get away for a while. There's so much history there that we have not explored in live action. Anyways, if this rumor turns out to be true, we might get an announcement sooner rather than later. I don't honestly think it's true because so many people are speculating that she's going to be Mara Jade. And no, that's not going to happen. And not because I don't want it to happen, because it's one of those things. I don't know. I'll do a video on that another time about my feelings on the expanded universe and all that stuff. I know I've made another video about it a long time ago, but like I said, tastes change, things change. I do like the expanded universe. I just don't want to get into all that right now. All right, so here are my final thoughts on the future of Star Wars. Wait, first, before I say that, just to go back to what I said about the Ryan Gosling thing, I don't like it when A-list actors are put into Star Wars. It was originally created with up-and-comers and no names and all of that, and it was great. We loved it. It was fresh. It was new. These were people we hadn't typecast in other roles. We didn't think of, Luke Skywalker as being Ken from the Barbie movie. It was fresh. It was Mark Hamill. The guy was great. Anyways, so back to my final thoughts. What does this all mean for Star Wars? It's clear that Lucasfilm is expanding the franchise in multiple directions, returning to fan favorite characters like Rey, taking risks with new actors like Ryan Gosling, and even reviving old legends like Rada the Hutt. And yes, Rey is a fan favorite character. Maybe not for the older fans, but there are little girlies out there who enjoy dressing up as Rey for Halloween and at Galaxy's Edge. And I'll never take that away from them. The changes to Galaxy's Edge show that Disney is listening, while Visions proves that animation is still a key part of Star Wars storytelling. And if Zendaya joins the franchise, we could be looking at a whole new wave of fresh talent shaping the galaxy far, far away. Does she have an unknown sister or something? I don't know. But what do you think? Are you excited for these up-and-coming projects? Do you think the delays in the Rey movie will lead to a better story, or are you worried about Lucasfilm's track record, like a lot of people are? And who do you think Ryan Gosling or Zendaya could play? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It'll keep you from smelling like dirty socks and stuff. And as always, may the Force be with you. Always.